Veiled for centuries behind a curtain on the altar of a medieval church in Spain, the retablo of Ciudad Rodrigo held a history of secrets. Then, over the next 400 years, a series of benefactors and some luck helped the artworks survive natural disaster, war, and neglect. The sacred masterpieces were meant simply to record the life of Christ. But investigators looking beneath the surface made unexpected discoveries, including images which were never meant to be seen. Who created these paintings? Why were they kept hidden from worshippers? How did they travel from Ciudad Rodrigo to Tucson, Arizona? After more than 500 years, the mysteries of the altarpiece of Ciudad Rodrigo will be revealed. Art can be beautiful and inspirational, but it can also reveal amazing stories about the past. 500 years ago, most people could only dream of seeing these paintings. They were kept hidden in a Spanish cathedral. The paintings are called retablo. It means altarpiece in Spanish. The church commissioned the creation of this retablo to adorn the Cathedral of Ciudad Rodrigo, a small border city in the province of Salamanca, Spain.
It's a beautiful city that is just in the border with Portugal. Therefore, important, especially from a military standpoint. Also, it's very close to Salamanca, which is really known because of its university. It's a university that was one of the oldest in Europe, started in the early 13th century, and from which this city will benefit enormously, culturally, as well as with education.
For a small town like Ciudad Rodrigo, a commission of more than 24 paintings, each over 5 feet tall, seems especially remarkable. The volatile political and religious climate of that era makes this undertaking even more exceptional. The construction of the cathedral, built between the 12th and 14th centuries, coincides with the period that marked the decline and fall of Islamic rule on the Iberian Peninsula. The Reconquista started in the 11th century. Christian countries slowly pushed the Arabian forces further and further back, and by the end of the 15th century, Christian armies reached the point of complete triumph.
The Catholic Church really holds on very firmly to its power. And you see, to some extent, incredible expansion of the church culture, the rebuilding or the erection of new churches or the completion of major cathedrals. That explains then the firmness, the intensity, the passion of the art you see in Spain. You see it in Salamanca, beautiful. You drown when you look at these facades, and they have millions of little pieces, sculptures, figurines, arches, or little turrets, spires. It's like heaven is brought down into that architecture.
And the interiors were no exception, perhaps receiving the most attention. Albert Classen, a world-renowned medievalist, identifies the retablo as the most holy space and the major feature within Gothic churches. This old cathedral of Salamanca, built from 1200 to 1300, exemplifies the architecture of the time.
Christian church functioned in a very systematic way. Before you even enter the church, you have to look at the facade. Well, the entire biblical text is written into stone. So you as the viewer first should study that book. Enter the church, you need to shed your sins. So what do? So you go to a confessional. And then you move further in and you approach the altar space.